Good morning. Welcome to Satsang. To be what is not a problem. The problem is that we listen to our mind about the subject. So the quiet moment we spent together just now, for example, allows eventually to not to be in the company of the mind. So it means just to be. Or the mind is very busy still, but then it gives you the awareness that a life is very busy. We are very busy with thoughts, feelings and impressions. There is nothing wrong with that. What can tires, or what can tire, or what can make one search is that as the mind goes on changing, it wants something permanent, something where it can be at peace. And that surely is not with the mind, nor even with a state attained in the mind, because it will come and go. So you cannot trust its permanency. Any question about that? Welcome. So to be finally quiet, it will not be by an achievement of the search. It will be when one sees clearly that the seeker and the search is just the mind playing on this vehicle, body-mind. The rest cannot be grasped, but one then is just doesn't question anymore, doesn't search, probably because it's no more there as one thinks. Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I just feel to share, the more I just spend time being kind of quiet, the more my mind also becomes quiet. And it feels very nice in a way that I feel it kind of turns up the fire for truth inside of me somehow, like because you sometimes say that you need to have this fire, right?
You need to have a fire if you have still a vehicle, yeah.
But you still have the fire, right? Because I mean, you come to satsang twice a week. Like something is still
Do I have
alive in you.
fire? This I have to say. But you don't know how much I wonder why I come to satsang also so often. So, but once I am here, I'm very happy. But you see, about fire, of course, it's a way to say. And if there is a search, surely any search, you need some determination to achieve the goal of your search. You agree? For anything. So I call that the fire, the thing which makes you, which produces an energy so much that you cannot do otherwise. You have to fulfill something which is in you. And generally we don't ask that when we fall in love and all that. But it's the same fire. You see, you are taken by something and you have to fulfill that. Same for the search of who am I, or of what is reality or whatever. Now but is it important? I have no well, I still live. I don't have a fire to, like I have a mission, or I am put in circumstances now, maybe if I move, it will not happen and it will be all right for me. Where I see it's a luck also to be together and to, once there is a question of someone about the subject, it looks like I cannot help much to reply. But apart from that, I don't know. Because you see, in the end, there is nothing to say. And I said already so much. Good or not good, I don't know. Hoping it's the balance is better than the... And but sure, silence is a language too. But I don't believe it's betterly understood than words. It's nice for me. And of course I have a good wish for all of you. Come, it's nice for you. So, what about the question? One thing I want to maintain, and I maintain probably in a natural way, is that when you don't search and you have a long life after that, to remember what a blessing to have searched one day to be freed from that search. What a blessing. Because I don't know in which state I would be if I was not quiet about it now. Not in a good state. Because I see that it's not in the world that you can find real peace. For me, I think the word peace is very meaningful. I don't mention love because it is still more ununderstandable, totally essential, I guess. It's all meaning the same anyway. Then what? I don't know. Maybe that I'm happy to say. For those who search.
Hello.
Hi.
A few satsangs ago, you were indicating not to confuse that for well-being,
Yeah.
and I thought this was amazing because
Yeah.
what I saw, I had a lot of free time recently. So what I saw is that when you, let's say, you decide to steal a moment of nothing,
Yeah.
so instantly there is this expectation that, oh, now I need to feel something, some well-being, something like something nice, something good, and it's such a subtle suggestion of mind that it was very beautiful to see.
Right. Yeah, no, right.
And I thought, wow, what an indication.
What an indication, yeah. Sure. But that's why once I am in my mood of denouncing something, I like to shoot exactly the state of well-being, because in fact there is nothing wrong, and happily it exists also. Sure. But to take this for it, we will fall so badly, so in such a despair because it went, that it's not worth to keep that belief. Yeah, great. So of course, whatever comes will come and well gone. I mean, you know, yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
the atomic first sentence in the Great Way is
Ah.
really atomic. The
It
preference.
atomic is great. Yeah, I think if you just remember that from the whole thing, it's enough. Really.
Yes.
Yeah. But you see, it has to be pointed out from where this could come. Otherwise, you may understand really in a different way. Oh, then I should not prefer coffee than tea, and so on and so on, you know. I should not prefer to be well than not to be well. This is the mind, yeah, this is the preferences of the mind, which are totally healthy too, of course. Why should you prefer suffering than well-being? But it's the mind, yeah.
Yeah. The other day in Koyo, there was a beautiful conversation with you and others, and it brought it up to me so clearly that not to search anymore is not contentment. It's the contentment is not what it is.
It can bring also contentment, but not all the time.
It does not depend in any way on that.
Very good.
Finally,
very good. You see? Well.
Yeah.
So regardless of the waves, of the events, of how we take the events and so on, if one could see that what is the background of all that, and you have no control, not much.
No.
Not much. When I say not much, it looks like you have and not really, etc. Control on the waves, on the quality of the waves, and so on. What you can, it's not you can, but what will come to you is that you know how precious it has been to see that, then surely you will dedicate some time, even in time, some time just to be. That's all. It's all. It looks nothing, and it is nothing, and it is an all also. Very good. So our old Mancheng must be very happy. I will read him a little bit. Maybe we can read sometimes. It's nice. So we were at the second page, I think. You see, the body changes. 6 months ago, I didn't need glasses. Now I do. Very good. So, so once for all, original spirit means that, what is. Okay. Old Man Cheng said, original spirit has ever been present under your very eyes. You need acquire nothing to see it, because you have never lacked anything for seeing it. If you are incapable of seeing it, it is because of your unceasing chatter with yourselves and with others. Thank you, you said the same thing as I. Okay. You spend your time supposing, comparing, computing, developing, explaining, justifying, and quoting what your puny minds have retained and thought they understood of the scriptures and of the words of old jackasses like me, giving preference to sayings from those to whom, after their death, was given such authority as to put them beyond all doubts. I love you, old man Chang. In these circumstances, how can you hope to see original spirit instantaneously? Dumbbells. Because you are as agitated as a wagon load of monkeys and spend your time in futilities, small talks. Your existence passes by like murky, muddy water. No outlet for you. To say that original spirit is sheer void without factual existence, that is just words. In thinking about original spirit lies your poison. Giving up this thought and thinking of the absence of this thought, there again lies your poison. Lame brains, you are ever seeking with your thought, and you do nothing but fabricate thoughts. Thinking that original spirit can be seen by means of thought, that is where you perish. Burning incense, reciting sutras, spending time bowing to the ground, concentrating on staying perfectly still, fixing or eliminating thought, this is where you stray. Numbskulls, you are always intervening, and you do nothing but keep acting thus and so, hoping to see original spirit by means of actions. That is your illusion. Venerating the Buddha, that is the evil of attachment. Rejecting the Buddha, that is the evil of impiety. Dolts, you are ever bent on expressing emotions, and you do nothing but produce sentiment. Believing one can see original spirit by means of sentiment, there is your mistake. Dimwits, you are convinced you will come to see original spirit in this manner. But it is you and you alone that you will catch. Never do you hear, never can original spirit be found that way. You fail to hear my words because you wish to remain deaf, and you don't see original spirit because you wish to remain blind. There is no hope for you. You see, to be remaining busy in the mind, whatever subject it is, let it be that, let it be enlightenment. The mind is busy. And it is not about a busy mind. It is about to see, and from where to see the busy mind. That's what is, and you can not see it, just to hear that, from where you can see. That's what you are. Yeah.
Hi. Don't know. Yeah. Isn't the mind also just energy? I mean,
it can
it's just
be.
It's just
it depends.
like
It's like a chemist or a physician, or it depends from where they want they study, but it's all the same subject. So
Yes,
a chemist will say in a chemical way, a physician in a physician way, an astronaut in an astronaut way. It's all the same subject. It's all the study of the same thing. So what did you ask?
No, it just came to me. It
If the
felt like
mind
it's
is,
just energy.
yeah,
There's nothing else then.
of course, the mind is a thought. What's a thought? You can say it's an energy. It's something which appears anyway. It's something you can experience. It's something which you can even describe, even if you say, I cannot really well describe, but still, it's a description. Isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah. Whatever you will say, there is not much escaping that law.
That what?
That law of it's a creation.
Yes.
So knowing this now, what does it change in you?
Nothing much, except it's not so serious.
So it changes a lot to know it's not that serious.
Yes.
What is very difficult in the search is that there is a search because there is a seeker. And that seeker is completely not seen because one is identified with it. So he will take all what is said in Satsang, generally speaking, as something which will happen to him. Even this sentence, the great way is not difficult for those who have no preferences. It cannot be I, a seeker, or somebody who has no preferences, because then you have to make extremely long practice to even fail. It's not possible. If you are somebody, means already you are dual. So you don't escape that law. You cannot escape that law. So what is indicated is you must, something must speak from somewhere else. And all the words of Satsang tries to throw one who base himself somewhere because of a question or of something, from where the question came or from where the answer came. And there is no preferences because there is no body in a way, or no body taken for somebody. Does it make sense? Okay. Because in the villages, you see, you always meet a wise. He will say, oh, it rains, oh good. It doesn't rain, oh good. He's wise. He doesn't fight for that things happen differently. But still, he has a wisdom in the world. He has attained through a lot of experiences of his life eventually this kind of philosophy. But satsang doesn't speak about that. Satsang doesn't make you especially somebody wise. Maybe it's a pity, but it's like that. It just tries to say, look, something is here, and it will never fall into the grip of your comprehension, sensuation, mentation. That's all. And you see, it is so much not depending on the mind that when you go to sleep, you're absolutely unable as someone to know whatever it is there. So we don't speak of that, and I am that, and enlightenment and whatnot. But when you wake up, if that search is solved, you don't search. You don't search to know, but what is it? Or you can say what is it, but you will not search. It's just a thought and which came and disappears. While if you believe it is in some way awareness, consciousness, even when you sleep, you are conscious. Then what happens when you wake up? You have to go back to your attainment or your search, because what about the sleep? What's going on there? All those questions are solved, you see, but it cannot be solved by the mind. That cannot be solved by the mind, nor the senses, of course, and nor the sentiments, as he said. Amazing. You confuse very much the consciousness for, when you are in this state, I'm conscious, I'm here, you are there. There is this light of consciousness which allows to know things, this and that. But it's personal, that's personal. When you sleep, it's not there. So don't confuse that light for it. It's not even that. Light is creation. First there was light. Right. First there was light. That's how we can be as we are. And that light is not also body-mind. Still it's light. Too much light. Yeah. That will die with you, with your vehicle. So don't confuse it if you want to be freed from illusions.
There are two lights.
So
It's very interesting. So the two lights, light, and then it's not even the mind-body, you said. So
No, it's not.
I'm thinking that there was a light in the story of creation, but the sun was created only in the fourth day.
Yeah, yeah,
Amazing.
yeah, yeah.
I just said it.
But very strangely, you need a word to say light. But it's beyond arguments anyway. Amazing. Light, light, light.
I just want to call
Sorry.
I just want to call myself out, that what I think one of the more difficult points is what I think I am, because it keeps it just seems to be the biggest blocking point from really living, and recognition of
That's too much. Recognition. Forget about recognition. Who is there to recognize what?
That's what I mean, though.
Okay.
The identification with who I think I am, or what I think comes from what I think I am, or who I think I am.
Yeah, sure. That's
So,
not a problem.
and then every time I encounter I encounter the same thing, and so it bothers me, and so it feels like it comes from a lack of self-worth, like a lack of, though being created was not enough, but actually being created is very, very significant, and that's why it's hard to not think something of myself, either not too much or not too little.
Yeah, but you see, it's a lot of thought what you said in
Yeah,
1
I mean,
minute.
we can laugh about that, but I'm
No,
just
but
calling myself out.
yeah. But do you see how busy your mind is?
That's what I'm revealing right now. That's
And
what
then
I
you
started saying.
So because whatever subject it is, you are really busy. Me too. In at least for a while in the beginning, I thought that to be busy, to be free, was not a mind. It was a good mind, a mind that I had to keep, because it was about that. But mind is mind. It takes the shape of that or of this and that. It's still mind. That's what he says. That's what I say. You cannot be busy in your mind if you want to have a glimpse of what is.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I think the question is just really about how to be when you're sensitive.
You see, how to be, etc. What did you catch? You catch a thought, thinking that thought is not the same as how I will eat tonight. It's a thought. So I try to tell you, don't catch a thought. No thought will help you. Even the thought of enlightenment doesn't help you. Maybe it helped you to hear, don't catch a thought. Even the thought of enlightenment.
I think what I'm saying is becoming disturbed by just in general in people.
Hey, where are you going? We are now busy with you. You already are with others.
Yeah.
You have not solved that one, and then you already...
Well, to see the thoughts and to see that myself is even a sort of a thought is originally what I mentioned.
Okay,
And
then,
so
now what you do? Knowing that, what you
well,
do?
I think you are pointing that I should shut up in a sense that...
You should keep quiet. You should keep quiet.
Is that the same as shut up? Is it because someone is shutting up?
Suppressing.
Being quiet is...
Suppressing it is. The shut up is suppressing. No, I say keep quiet. Don't go in your mind at all. And I don't ask you for a minute. I ask you for a split second.
That's possible.
Of course it's possible because it's always here. If you go in your mind, my language is worse than Chinese. I mean, sorry for the Chinese language, but I mean in the sense of understanding Chinese.
That's not the problem at all.
So tell me what's the problem? And it's a thought. There is a problem is a thought.
I know, I'm just sharing.
There is a problem is a thought. Did you see that?
Yes.
Okay. So you believe that that thought is true?
Not at all. I'm just mentioning where the thoughts are coming from, what's difficult. It's a thought.
What is difficult?
Is a thought. From the formation of myself is the thought.
So what is important? To see the formation or to be yourself?
Well, you say we already are.
Yeah.
Ourselves. So that's the answer.
Okay.
That's my finding as well.
Okay.
So that's not really the problem.
There is no problem then. And when there are problems, it's in the world. It's you as a being in the world. Not as what you are in reality, or not as what is. I don't know to express that. And Satsang points out to that, not to things of the world.
At one point, I'm in the world, which is why I brought this question.
Yeah, of course. Of course. The Satsang is in the world, sure.
So we can all laugh, and we're all still living in the world.
I thought you would say something else. We can all laugh, we can all be this and that, and still be oneself.
That's fine. I take that. Yeah.
Yeah, great. So what's your search now?
Compassion for the unrealized, I guess.
The
Compassion.
Compassion. So forget it, then it will be real compassion because it will not belong to you. You see, here I differ with Buddhism unless somebody tells me that I didn't understand about Buddha and Bodhisattva. Because as, I don't know, I read Heart Sutra and the other one, what is it? Diamond Sutra. And it looks like the Bodhisattva is the one who has this compassion and wants to bring all beings into the Buddhahood before he himself realizes Buddhahood. Is it? Because Bodhisattva, for me, it's not possible if it is before. You have to realize what means Buddha, what is, and then eventually some are like bodhisattvas and some not, and about that there is not a better than another. It's just a destiny in this world. So it should not be the preoccupation of a seeker to help others. He has, for the first time in his life, he has to take care of his search. Who am I? I alone, who am I? You see? Yeah. And then you are a bodhisattva or not, and at that time then, who knows, there is no doer anyway. The thing is that no religion can be maintained here. If you remove bodhisattva before, then what? There will be nobody left to religion, to give a religion to. First be a saint and then you will be enlightened. First be a bodhisattva and then you will be enlightened. What is this bullshit? No. There is a time where you can have an incarnation to take care of what is the real question, since I am still in my mind, to ask. Because you see the others, because I is first anyway. Even if you don't want to say, oh, I am I, so, oh, what an egoist, this thing, I am I. You say, there is another because there is an I first. So solve that problem. Who am I actually? What is this I? Which is the base of all this world. All the other questions will be solved, you see, naturally, automatically. But again, I don't want to impose my view. I just say from where I speak to you. And you cannot hear, you will be deaf if you want to keep a concept. This is the problem, you see. The deafness is a concept that we don't want to let it go. So, because it speaks of the truth, because it looks more true than another concept, etc., etc. We know all that. That is the journey of a seeker. So to be free is to be freed, to be attached to a concept, even if we have concepts in this world about the world. But about this, you cannot have any concept, because even the owner of the concept is put into question. And I think one more thing. About practices, or about this thing to be in the sainthood first and this purity thing and all that. Because you can be lucky because you are serious and you do things, and okay, you attain a certain degree of your goal. But then you see the contentment, the lack of challenges, strong, intense challenges, because a saint is a saint, it makes a difference, or a philosopher, or whatever. It is more difficult to realize, because they are quite well. After all, you have more chance, I think, to realize when you are in a challenge in your life which is so difficult that something else has to happen, something has to happen. When you are well, and you become better and better in life if you are more meditative, more cool, and this and that, which is, for life, I don't speak about life, that's great. But for this, why should you trouble? Oh, this man, you said, I don't go there, but I'm cool. So how can you solve this? It will not be solvable. So I think it's a wrong way. Well, anyway, it's finished. Thank you. Oh, you want more? Okay. But anyway, I am in my coffee mood. So I am a bit of fighter when I am in a coffee mood. So you can take it or not, but still it's true. I was wondering, if I went to therapy when I was 20, I have a problem with my father and all that. If I had to go, I would surely be quite undone. I would not have gone to India. Then what? Maybe I would have been a better girl and whatnot. But I think I prefer the path I took. A Belgian bourgeois, that's terrible. Well, I hope we cut off here. A little before, maybe. A little bit before. Okay, thank you.